Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yariel is real. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yariel is real. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yariel is real. I'm a servant to the highest when my friends is on.
Shalom, 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 Israel. It is your host, Yariel Israel. We are back with another podcast episode, right? We got a special treat, right, for you conspiracy theories, right? For the ones that's been on YouTube, wanting to know about the industry, right? We have a special guest. The brothers is so mighty, coming out of Seattle, right? The former BET Wild Out Wednesday winner, right? The Sound Music Award Best Male Vocalist, right? None other than the mighty brother, Zimran.
All praise to the Most High, man. Great intro, man. I can't top that. But first of all, I'm giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. Hashem HaMashiach Kwamalak Yahushai. This your boy Zimran, representing Watchman for Israel, Seattle. Blessed to be on this platform, man, with my brother Yariel, man. Hey, man, hopefully you guys are edified, you know what I'm saying, through this interview, man, and lives are changed, you feel me? But yeah, man.
All praises to the Most High. This interview right here is catered, first of all, to Israel, right? For the ones that's like myself, you know, kind of, you know, before this truth, we've been wanting to be rap stars and, you know what I'm saying, want to live that Hollywood lifestyle. Look, stay tuned, man, because we're going to put the brother in the hot seat. We're going to ask them the hard questions. We're going to ask the brother the questions that everybody want to know, right? I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, right? So the first question we got is, how was life for you growing up?
So life for me growing up, I was born and raised in East Oakland, California. Shout out Brookfield Village, man. Just growing up in the hood, just like every single, you know what I'm saying, Israelite, you know what I'm saying, male and female, living in the projects, man. You know what I mean? Having to deal with a lot of, you know, adversity. But I found comfort in music, you know, at a very early age. Grew up rough, man. You know what I'm saying? Single parent household, man. You know, at the end of the day, my mother did the best that she possibly can do, you know what I'm saying, to raise me and my little sister. But like I said, I always found comfort, you know, in music. I always found comfort, you know what I'm saying, in just, you know what I'm saying, the talent that the Most High God blessed me with, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, that's just how I grew up. Ended up moving from California and moved to Forest City, Arkansas to go to college. I went to college at University of Central Arkansas to go study music and, you know, went through some situations there. It led me from there to living in New York and Brooklyn for a little bit, dealing with the music industry. Then from, you know, from New York back to Washington, you know what I'm saying, Washington State, out in the Seattle area, man. And yeah, here I am today, man. You know what I mean? All praise to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. All praises. So the next question I have for you was, right, how was your personality as D-Block?
So Devion Black was my old R&B name that was given to me from I was part of a rap group, you know what I'm saying, called Liquid City when I was living in Washington. The homie Sammy Smalls kind of gave me the name. So life for me as Devion Black, man, to be honest with you, bro, just singing R&B, but living a lifestyle, you know, that's just separate from R&B, if you kind of understand what I'm saying, man. Hanging out with a lot of dope dealers, drug dealers, you know what I'm saying, gangbangers and things of that nature, man. They just kind of accepted me in. You know, I was a hothead growing up, man. You know what I mean? Always wanting to fight, getting into trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? Always in the clubs, getting into fights and things of that nature, man. So it was kind of rough, you know, but it was a lot of learning experiences, man. You know, even before I even came into the truth, you know, once I came into the truth, I was able to kind of look back and realize that, yeah, you know, the Most High had me go through all these things to be prepared, you know, for what I'm going through right now as far as dealing in this truth, man. So,
okay, so at what age did you start singing?
I started singing at the age of, to be honest with you, I want to say about the age of 2. I started singing a lot of old songs like from Commission. A lot of people, I don't know if you know who Commission is, but they were like one of the biggest back then, gospel groups, you know what I'm saying, that was actually managed by Tank. Started singing a lot of their songs just like in the backseat of the car. By the time I got around like 8, I realized that, you know what I'm saying, that I could sing. Because all I was doing was just mimicking, you know what I mean, what I heard. But I guess my mimicking was straight. So I didn't really take it seriously, though, until about I was maybe around like 14, 15. I ended up singing, of course, in school choirs. Won some state competitions in California at the ACSI Musical competition for one for gospel, and then tried a different genre the next year, my sophomore year, and then one for classical music as well. So I got a full, I got to get a full, you know what I'm saying, like experience as far as dealing with music, you know what I'm saying, on all aspects in different genres. So, but I didn't really take myself seriously until I was maybe 21.
Okay, all praises, all praises. So, okay, if you could compare your, if you can compare like your singing style or your style as an artist, who would you compare it to?
So as far as my style, I would say that my writing style, my favorite artist growing up all the time is Music Soul Child, right, hands down. So like he kind of gave me the inspiration to learn how to write my own music, and be creative, through myself. But as far as like my actual sound, I would say it's a mix between Music Soul Child and then Neo, as far as like my actual sound. So that's what I would say.
I can see that. Let's see. I want to kind of touch on the BET expat. I know that Israel and the ones that's not in the truth yet, they want us to get in there, right? So, how was your experience performing for BET on the? How was it? Can you kind of elaborate on, the Wild Out Wednesday? How you you competed, you won first place. You won the grand prize. Kind of explain the experience that you had, on that level. Because once you on BET, you pretty much, you on your way, right? You on your way, right? You on your way to the, I like to call it the big leagues, right? You got the NBA, right? You got the NFL, and you got the music industry. Even though they all is one, but they still different, industries or whatever. So, kind of get in there, kind of explain your experience, not only just performing for BET, you winning it, and just kind of give us some insight on that.
Okay, So this was around 2000 and I want to say 2009. It was 2009 and all the way to the end of 2010. I was in a competition for BET 106 and Park Wild Out Wednesday with the old homie. He's known as Young Legend. He was a rapper and I was a singer, man. And basically, what we did was we tried out in Arkansas. They had an artist developing rep that represented actually worked for BET 106 and Park and came out to Arkansas to give brothers in Arkansas to get the chance to be able to compete and then also go and try out actually in New York. So we got chosen in Arkansas and got invited to go try out in New York. So when we went to New York, tried out, got a call, I want to say about maybe 2 weeks later after we left New York and found out that, they wanted us on the show. So the first performance was around, I want to say October of 2009. And this is when Terrence and Roxy was actually the host.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
everybody know about Roxy.
They were the hosts. We won the first round, so we were able to go to the second round, which is the championship competition round, and that was around 2010. I want to say in August, and we ended up winning that. Got the trophy, the $10,000, man, the notoriety, the free publicity. This was also around the time too that social media was kind of starting to take off. At that time, mostly dealing with Facebook and Instagram, to where you're actually able to kind of promote for yourself, as an artist without having to be, managed in the industry. And what's crazy about that is that I wasn't in the truth, but a lot of things was exposed to me, that really kind of just goes into, the stuff that I've learned now through the Spirit of the Most High and how that Esau literally controls everything. So, for instance, like, I'm expecting to go to New York in Manhattan. I'm about to see BET Studios. Instead, they don't own their own studios. They actually they're under CBS Broadcasting Center. So, it's not like so when I went there, as far as my experience, it was great. But my eyes was open to like the fakeness of the industry. Like, for instance, like BET 106 and Park, the entire studio is probably the size, of this school right here. And, they kind of make it seem like it's super huge on television and things of that nature, right? They have, producers and stuff like that that's in the middle that got like signs that's talking about we coming out of a commercial break, clap, and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? And so it just wasn't, it wasn't authentic, man. And something was funny about that. And I actually ended up getting into it with Roxy the first time, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
Whoa. See, we got to get in there. Okay. So elaborate on that. How it was, because she seemed very, sweet and innocent on TV. She seemed like she can't offend anyone. So, oh my goodness, you kind of got to get in there and kind of explain what happened with that situation.
So, and shout out to the sister. She's from the tribe of Ephraim. You know what I mean? Now I know that now. But they had a rule. They had a contract that we had to sign before we can even perform. Just like any other major television show, you have to sign a contract and abide to it. You know what I'm saying? And so, in that contract, it was stated that, I don't know if you guys remember, if you remember how BET 106 and Park was. For the Wild Out Wednesday competitions or the Freestyle Fridays, if you win, you were able to get your shout outs, right, live on television. So in the contract, we had to put, if you got shout outs, that you cannot say anything religious based, right? And, I'm not in the troop at this time, you know what I'm saying? I was just actually on the side playing drums, making money for a certain church. So, when I got the mic, and I still remember it to this day, exactly what I said. When I got the mic, I said, shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, we ain't nothing, you heard me? And then, Terrence was like, yeah, I heard that. And Roxy snatched the mic from me. Like, she was hella mad. Snatched the mic. And then it kind of cut and went straight into a commercial break. So after the end, as I'm walking back to my green room, right, I ended up crossing paths with Roxy after the show was over, right? We hadn't won and everything, right? And I'm kind of having like, like if you want to call it, quote unquote, a fan moment, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, how you doing, Roxy? And she just straight up looked at me, mean mugged me. Was like, I can't believe you did that. And my hothead self, I was just like, man, I was like, I don't know what the hell you talking to, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't your man, you know what I'm saying? You better watch your tone. And so I ended up, we almost wasn't able to perform for the championship round because of that. So before that, when I did that, people were allowed to do their shout outs live. And then after I did that, they changed the rules to where now if you want to go see the shout outs, you would have to go to the Coca-Cola website because they were the ones that were sponsoring as far as dealing with the money, for the winners. You would have to go to the Coca-Cola website to go check out, the shout outs, which will be, which you will only have to go to the internet for that. So, they allowed us to come back, you know what I mean? But I remember the exec called me and was just like, you cannot do that again. You got to promise me you're not going to do that again, which I did. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it again. So we was able to kind of, do the championship round and we won that thing, man. But I just started realizing like, man, this stuff is fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? How you going to get mad at me, for saying shout out, to my Lord and Savior when everybody says this that's in the industry when they win awards and things of that nature. And as I came into the truth, I started to learn like, oh, okay, well, these industry folks, when they talking about shout out to God, they talking about, a different power on the left-hand side. They're not talking about, the power of the Most High Yahweh, on that right-hand side. Because you literally have to make certain sacrifices, man, to even be on that type of platform or to even move up, as far as the ranks in that ladder, King. So,
Wow. I don't even know what to say with that. Just think about that, Israel. Think about the fact that you're not even able to publicly announce your faith, right? You have to be willing to basically forsake the Most High for fame and fortune.
I want to bring this precept out real quick, man, right? Just to kind of touch on that, man. All right, let me get the book of Matthew chapter 16 real quick, man. Because a lot of people don't realize, even now, even though you have social media, you can promote yourself, if you get to a certain spot or a certain level, you're going to have to make certain sacrifices because, again, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? And we know that wicked is dealing with Esau according to Malachi chapter 1, verses 2 all the way on down. So this is Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So, our people, we're in captivity, man. You see what I'm saying? And so it just seems like that we have no hope because our people don't know who they truly are, right? And this is kind of how I felt back then. So we would look up to, our own people that was put out there on the television screen, on the radios, on the airwaves and things of that nature. And we don't realize that the stuff that they have is given to them, right, to blind the children of Israel, right, to make them think that this is the standard of success, that I have to go this route. And so a lot of our people are doing any and everything just to get the money, the cars, the clothes, the women and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And that's off, man, right? And I'm going to get this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I'm going to start at verse 7, right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7, and it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So, a lot of our people, they take on these gifts because of the fact that they've gone through so much oppression. You know what I'm saying? They feel like there's no other way out but to sign their souls, right? Whether you're either doing a blood sacrifice, whether you're, killing one of your family members, whether you're doing public humiliation, whether you're doing, an abomination sexual, type sacrifice, man, right? There's many different type of sacrifices that you can make, right, in order to be on that certain level. They'll allow you to get a certain taste, right, just to kind of reel you in to see what you're gonna, bite into, right? And then once they feel like they got you, then they're gonna throw you, right in the midst of that fire. And it's at that time that you have to make that decision. Are you gonna sit there and serve the left-hand side of wickedness? Or are you gonna turn around and realize, that this ain't for you, right? And that you're set to serve, the Most High, on that right-hand side, King. So, kind.
Wow. So the next question I got for you is, what celebrities have you met at that time or in general?
It's a great question. So after I won BET 106 in Park for the Wide Out Wednesday championship round, I was actually approached by a man named Al Karim Powell in Derensburg, man, right? He's a Cushite. And to be honest with you, bro, he was a sodomite, you know what I'm saying? And I can tell, right? And I wasn't with that at all. He was trying to manage, he was working for BET, he wanted to manage me. He worked for an artist developing agency called HU2 Group, which stands for Howard University 2 Group. That was actually under Diddy. And he wanted me to sign 2 years with him for an artist developing stage. So every artist, when they sign, they have to go through an artist developing stage. It's usually generally about 2 years. So like people like Chris Brown, like his first album came out when he was 15, but he was signed when he was 13, right? Or people like Trey Songz, you know what I'm saying? He came out, they put him out when he was 17, but he was signed when he was 15. So, and what they do, part of the artist developing stage is, right, they try to mold you into what they want you to be, right? They changed my whole image, right? You know what I'm saying? I grew up, you know what I'm saying, like, this is the image, this is me now, you know what I'm saying? This is the image I've always just rocked, you know what I'm saying? And when I got into the industry, you know what I'm saying, they made me shave, you know what I'm saying, my mustache, shave everything. I barely have facial hair. Maybe shave everything, kind of, you know what I'm saying, do the slick, you know what I'm saying, flat top, and, you know what I'm saying, kind of perm that junk like, they wanted me to be like the Bruno Mars, Robin Thicke, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was just, but, you know, through that experience, in industry parties is where I met a lot of these different artists, and I started to see that they weren't who we thought they were. So I'm gonna say a few names, you know what I'm saying, this may disappoint, you know, some of the Aquath, you know what I'm saying, who still listen to these guys, or maybe some of the Akim who still listen to these guys, but it is what it is.
Bring it
You
out.
know what I'm saying? But, you know, I've seen, you know, people like Usher, you know what I'm saying, literally making out with Christian Dior. You know what I'm saying? The fashion designer. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people like Method Man and Red Man, you know what I'm saying, as a couple, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where people don't even understand that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of these rappers, bro, you know what I'm saying, it's not who they are, fam. You know what I mean? A lot of these rappers are sodomites, man, because that's a sacrifice that they are willing to make in order to be in the position that they in. Right?
Oh my goodness!
And you got a lot of you got a lot of these artists that go and participate at the Bohemian Grove. You know what I'm saying? Every single year, right? Where they do, they sacrifice children, right? They drink blood. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, man.
So that's really true?
Oh, it's very true, King. It's very true. And it's controlled by a lot of these secret societies, man. I've even, it's like I said, I've seen it firsthand, at these industry parties, and that's when I got uncomfortable, right? And it was at that moment, when I seen Usher, that's
So
kind
wait
of
a
who I
minute.
grew up listening to.
I guess Usher is right. I guess he do let it burn. So
Real talk.
I guess he is burning. Oh, all right. But anyways, wow. So take us to kind of fast forward us to, you perform at BET, getting kind of that, you getting some fame or whatever. So kind of when did the industry parties start coming? Kind of dive into that because this is something that we all want to know, right? I've always kind of have my suspicions, but we got the source right here.
Hey, real talk.
We have the source right here, right? So please let us know.
So, like I said, I signed a 2-year artist developing deal, right, with HU2 Group after the whole BET 106 and Park adventure. I ended up moving to New York, right, to fulfill my 2-year artist development. And so just from the experiences that I had, it was just all a bunch of sodomy, man. You know what I mean?
Here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over
just wasn't with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would get into arguments with my manager all the time, right? Because what he would do, he would start to see that I wasn't down with it, and then he would try to delay, that singles and stuff like that was supposed to be released. So when I signed, not only was I making music for myself, but I was actually writing, for other artists that were already a part of the industry. You know what I'm saying? Artists like, Johnny Gill, artists like Mary J. Blige, artists like, Trey Songz and things of that nature, bro, as far as, mainly those three. And they were really just trying to reel me in. They were waiting for me to kind of just go ahead and make that sexual sacrifice. That's what they wanted me to do. And, I signed the 2-year artist development contract, bro, but I didn't read it. You know what I mean? And in that contract, which I still have on my email, you know what I'm saying? It definitely, talks about, certain things that, that would happen to me if I breached my contract. So I ended up making, some money as far as writing for other artists. And, of course, that account was managed by, my manager at that time. But once I was, like, sick and tired of it, bro, as far as being around that atmosphere, I just fled, Like, me and my manager got into it. And, he said something smart to me. But I already knew, like, okay, well, this dude's only, like, 5 foot. He's a sodomite, Cushite, but he's 5 foot. So if he ever tried to start something with me, I'm just going to beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how I felt. And so I kind of got into it with them, man. And then, I had to leave, you know what I'm saying? And so I was stranded in New York for about maybe 2 days. And because they stripped me of everything, I wasn't able to get my accounts or nothing.
Wow.
So I ended up going back, you know what I'm saying? I went to Washington, you know what I'm saying? And because I breached my contract, I couldn't do music for 5 years. So for 5 years, I couldn't release anything from 2013 all the way to like 2018, right? I couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And so that during that time, bro, is really when I started to kind of investigate it even furthermore as far as the music industry, what it's really about, the things that I seen. I started, it started popping up because now, the internet is starting to release a lot more information. So all this stuff started to make sense, man, as far as the path that I was going into. And that's why I give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, for waking me up to that truth, man. Mm-hmm. So, to kind of escape from that, man. So overall, the experience, bro, to be real with you, bro, it was terrible, but it was great because, for the things that I seen, that by the time that I came into the truth, it all made sense. You know what I mean? Because I was able to see things at a certain level, King. So,
Okay, so the question I want to ask about the parties is that, So did someone did an executive say, hey man, you should, do such and such, like you should go talk to this guy right here. If you do this, that he can take you to the next level. How did can you kind of give us a little bit more detail on how they try to force that agenda or they try to force that on you?
So before I even signed my contract, I signed my contract in front of my manager. I came to New York to sign my contract, right? Mm-hmm. And as we're looking over the contract, the first question he asked me, he's like, are you gay? And I said, no. He's like, well, you know what I'm saying? Do you like gay people? I said, no. You know what I'm saying? And he said, well, you're going to have to, he said, you're going to have to be more open-minded as far as being around, you know what I'm saying, the LGBTQ 5, 6, 7, 8 community. And so I was just like, well, look, bro, you know what I'm saying? I already told you, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not like that. So whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, don't try nothing funny, but you know what I'm saying, like, hey, I'm here to do music, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, to make something of myself. And like I said, what he kept doing was just inviting me to these parties, bro, these industry parties where I'm surrounded by this stuff. Then I'm starting to see my favorite artists. It was really just kind of, you know what I'm saying, messing my head up, King, you know what I'm saying, to the point that I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Other homies going, you know what I'm saying, they're going to laugh at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was already laughing at me when I did my photo shoot and they changed my whole image. I had posted it on Facebook. Homies was hitting me up like, bro, that ain't you, bro. Like, bro, what you on up there? You know what I'm saying? And so, I just wanted to be original, you know what I'm saying, to be me. And they wouldn't allow me to do that, King. So that really what just kind of like pushed me to breaching my contract, fam. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go through that stuff again, bro. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that I seen is wicked at an all-time high, and it's scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, it's very scary. So
what advice do you have for inspiring artists, ones that, want that false American dream? What advice would you give them?
So the advice that I would give anybody who's trying to chase being a superstar, quote unquote, here in Babylon the Great, America, right? The advice that I would give you is that your mindset is off. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not the way to go, right? The advice that I would give you, let me bring this out, man. Let me go to Psalms 98 real quick, man. Let's go to Psalms 98, right, verse 4, I want to say. This is the advice that I would give you, man, right? This is Psalms chapter 98, verse 4. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise and rejoice and sing praise, right? Sing unto the Lord with the harp and the voice of a psalm, right? With trumpets and sound of cornet, make a joyful noise before the Lord the King. So my advice is that any so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American that wants to do something musically here in Babylon the Great, it needs to be predicated and dedicated, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Komalak Yahweh Shai, man, right? Who the people see as the Most High God and who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ as far as dealing with his son, right? So your music needs to be dedicated towards that. If your music is not dedicated towards that, right, you got one or two choices. You're either going to get down or you're going to lay down, you know what I'm saying? And if you lay down, you know what I'm saying, you're going to stay the heck down, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? And when I say by get down, you're going to have to get down with his system, right? You're going to have to get down with, you know what I'm saying, pedophilia. You're going to have to get down with sodomite behavior. You're going to have to get down, you know what I'm saying, with murdering your brother. You're going to have to get down, you know what I'm saying, with murdering your family members. You're going to have to get down, you know what I'm saying, with being, you know what I'm saying, having, doing things, you know what I'm saying, to public humiliate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get down with Esau. It's just that simple, man, right? There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way to try to weave your way through this thing, man, right? Because, hey, Micah 2:10 says this is not the place of our rest, man. You know what I'm saying? And so realize that, you know, the gift, hey, any gift that you have, hey, the Most High gave that thing to you, right? As an Israelite, man, right? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. So you got to give that gift back to him, you know what I'm saying, 10 times fold, man, right? Let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 81, real quick, man. All right, let me get a couple more, all right, just to answer that question, man. This is Psalms chapter 81, I want to say, I'm going to start at verse 1. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Right? Understand that the God of Jacob, you know what I'm saying, is dealing with the Israelites, man. You see what I'm saying? We have our own God, right? So any type of talent that the Most High gives us, we got to give it back to him. When you trying to make a joyful noise, you know what I'm saying, to Esau, right? He has a certain God, right? Which is the wicked demon Satan, man, right? These other nations have a certain God, right? Hey, the whole music industry is actually ran by a tribe of Amalek, man, right? You know what I'm saying? So these are things we got to realize, man. They control the banking. They control the music industry, right? They control everything, the money. You see what I'm saying? They're the ones that make the decisions as far as like how they want to actually promote a certain individual that actually gets linked up with the industry. And all the decisions that they make are abominations of the against the Most High God, man. So my advice to y'all, man, is just to do music, you know what I'm saying, for the truth, man. Because truth music is what's popping right now. And it's going to stay popping because we living in the last days, fam. Real talk. But yeah.
How did you come into the truth?
Okay. So remember I had breached my contract in 2013. I couldn't put out any music for 5 years. 2018, now the social media platform has kind of changed now at this point. So I thought I was going to give it one more crack at it, man, right, and just do everything myself. So I went hard for a whole year, just promote myself locally. I ended up winning Salakia. I ended up winning Seattle Sound Music Awards for Best Male Vocalist that year. And the lady that actually ran the Seattle Sound Music Awards, she actually wanted to manage me, right? But I just didn't take that route. So what ended up happening is during this time, right after I won this award, I was with the homie, you know what I'm saying, and we was on a lunch break, and I was working construction. And so we had like an hour lunch break. And so at the construction site that we was working at, there was a casino literally like right there. So I wasn't in the truth yet. So like, so on my lunch break, you know what I'm saying, we kind of blowing, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, bro. Get to the casino and stuff like that. And I'm trying to, you know, get a little drink, you know, play a little slots or whatever. And this nasty Edomite, bro, you know what I'm saying? This hairy Edomite came out of nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kind of look like Bilbo Baggins, you know what I'm saying, from Lord of the Rings. He came out of nowhere and just bowed down to me and my homie. Is my ex-best friend in the world, Tony Dowdell. He actually from out here. He's from 7 Mile. And just bowed down to both of us. And I didn't know what he was doing. So I was like, bro, get up, bro. Because, you know, people was kind of scared, looking around like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, you kind of make, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in my zone. You kind of making the spot hot. I say, bro, get up. And he's like, no, you don't understand. You guys are God's chosen people. This is true story. You know what I'm saying? Children of Israel. And I'm like, okay, you know, and then we ended up talking to him for about maybe, I want to say like 20 minutes, man. And at the end of this conversation, he was like, you need to go look this up. You know what I'm saying? This is a so-called white man telling me this, man. You need to go look this up. Go search Israelites, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. So on the way back to the job site, right, the job that I'm doing, all I'm doing is just, you know what I'm saying, hooking up the trim, you know what I'm saying, to these new apartment complexes. So I'm technically working by myself inside these units. So I look up Israelites, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. First video that pop up, bro, is the Adam Abbott, you know what I'm saying, video, bro. You know what I'm saying, at the Harvard, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is true story, bro. And I'm kind of listening to it in my headphones as I'm doing the work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of hearing like how our people, you know what I'm saying, how they bringing it out, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I grew up in church. I ain't never heard none of this. You know what I'm saying? So I told myself, all right, cool. I hit the like on the video and then the save on the video. And I said, well, I got a Bible at the crib. So when I get to the crib, I'm going to go back and rewatch this video. And what I'm going to do, and what I did is that I rewatched the video. Every precept that was actually brought out, I pushed pause on the video. Then I went and read it myself, right? And tried to see, okay, what does this mean to me, right? And then, you know, I would try to discern what it actually meant. Then once I kind of came up with the conclusion, I would hit play. Then when I hit play and I hear him break it down, I'd be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it made sense, bro. And, you know, of course, Deuteronomy 28:68 changed it for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's really kind of what brought me into that. So from that point on, bro, I just went hard in the truth, bro. Like, of course, it takes some time. You know, there was still some stuff it took me about a year and a half, you know what I'm saying, almost 2 years from that point to stop smoking weed, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of my main thorns, you know what I'm saying, if you want to say in the flesh, bro, that I had to get rid of. And so, but throughout that entire time, like, all I was doing was just, you know, working jobs that, where I can listen to my headphones. Like I ended up having this landscaping job, bro, and I swear for like the 3 months straight, I'm just on the ride lawnmower listening to cold cuts all day. All day. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking notes, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Now, I didn't know if there was any camps, out there in Washington State. So I ended up reaching out to somebody I was friends with, man, on Instagram. He was part of Sakari. And I just kind of commented on there and said, man, I wish there was some camps out here. He's like, well, we got Sakari out there. So I ended up joining Sakari Seattle first, right? And then, but, my heart was still, and those are my brothers. Shout out, to Alazar, my brother Dick and Kashial, man, all the brothers, Sakari Seattle. They still my brothers, man. But my heart had always leaned towards WF5 because that's, that's what my spirit resonated with, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I ended up leaving Sakari and started my own camp called Messengers for Israel. Then went from there and got linked up with Naquan, man. And now, we're Watchmen for Israel, Seattle. So, hey, man, I've probably been in this truth for about, I'm going to say, to be honest with you, bro, I'm going to say like going on 3 years. Just because that's, the first year and a half of me coming into the truth, I wasn't, doing the things that I was supposed to be doing to, to walk in that light. I had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying, as far as dealing with the world, bro, and in this truth. So, but that's what led me to it, man. Like that Edomite bowing down, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, yeah, King.
Wow. Okay, so
Thanks.
The next question I got for you is, what is the worst doctrine you've heard in Israel?
The worst doctrine I've heard in Israel, bro, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, bro, is the Old Testament only doctrine, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real that there is no Christ. Christ don't exist, right? When he's all up in the Old Testament, fam. You know what I'm saying? That literally is the worst doctrine I've ever heard, bro. Especially, for the fact that I'm still waiting to see an Old Testament only camp out there on the highways and hedges, man, teaching the word, bro.
I've
I
never
ain't
seen that
yet.
I've never seen that.
Real talk, bro.
Hey, so you OT only, man. I need to see a camp. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Or a video or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't even do online videos, bro. Brothers just kind of be lazy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be feeling like people, I'm not knocking everybody that's OT. Because I know some brothers that's OT only that I'm cool with, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm not trying to knock them like that, but it is what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers don't, you know what I'm saying? Brothers just don't want to study, bro. Brothers just, you know what I'm saying? They feel like, I feel like OT onlys, they prefer to do that because it requires less, if you want to put it that way. It requires less of them, you know what I'm saying, as far as putting in the work, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, kind of.
I don't understand, and this is something that I've always thought about. Like, I don't understand how can you, from a carnal level, how can you only believe in 50% of a book? Like, you got a whole book, and you say, you know what, this fake, this false right here. I'm not reading it. So what do? Do you just snatch out, the New Testament and just read, my mind just kind of go, kind of astray on that. Like, wait a minute. So,
well, I'm going to answer this with scripture real quick, man. Let me go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. That's what I want, man. Because there's really a time and a place for everything, right? So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born, right? So you got a lot of us as Israelites, man, like we're being born again, right? Realizing who we are, realizing we've been lied to, right? Understanding our heritage and nationality. And a time to die, right? A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, man, right? So, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, is literally the one that's controlling all this. He's the one that's, bugging brothers out, making them not believe, you know what I'm saying, in the entire Bible, not believing in Christ, you know what I'm saying, not believing in Mashiach, and it's nothing that we can do about that, right? Verse 3 says a time to kill, any time to heal, any time to break down, any time to build up, right? So, right, it's a time to kill this false doctrine, man, right? It's a time to heal, you know what I'm saying, the nation of Israel and bring them, you know what I'm saying, to their true heritage and nationality, right? It's a time to break down, right? We got to break down these scriptures, man, right? People that's talking about that Christ, you know what I'm saying, doesn't exist, man. We got to break it down for them in the Old Testament, man, right? And a time to build up, because we trying to build up our nation, right? And we're not going to be able to build up our nation if you don't have the faith, you know what I'm saying, the Most High through his son and Mashiach, man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to jump to verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, right? So the Most High, you know what I'm saying, is casting away, right, those reprobates, you know what I'm saying? And he's gathering together the ones, you know what I'm saying, that are going to be those solid stones, man, like those 12 stones, you feel me? So that's just the things that, you know what I'm saying, we got to realize, man, right? Verse 6, a time to get, any time to lose, right? Any time to keep, any time to cast away, right? So it's a time to get these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? It's a time, you know what I'm saying, to lose, you know what I'm saying, old friends, or lose false doctrine, right? And it's a time to keep, right, that true doctrine, right? And a time to cast away, you know what I'm saying, those who don't want to follow, you know what I'm saying, the Most High and the faith in his son, Mashiach, man. So, you know, that's just my little answer for that, man. Real talk.
Okay, so let's get a little bit personal. So as of right now, right, you've been in the truth for 3 years. You know, you even started your own camp. Now you're with WFI. So as of right now, right, we just, you know, kept the Passover, you know. So what is something that you struggle with right now? What is something that, you know, because Israel, they only see, you know, the video. They only see us shaking the hand. They only see,
Right.
you know, us just basically, you know, out there doing the work and being mighty, but they don't really see that human side. They don't really get to see what happens behind closed doors, you know. So,
Great question.
you know, what is something that you know, struggle with today?
So the main thing that I struggle with today, I'm glad you asked that, right? And, you know, and I have proof to show this too, right? As far as since I even started doing the work, even dating back to Messages for Israel. The thing that I struggle with the most is dealing with my anger, you know what I'm saying, towards these other heathen nations, right? Learning how to, you know what I'm saying, to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, I was at the basketball tournament yesterday, bro, and it was an Edomite that came on our side of the floor, which I knew that whole side of the floor was locked down, you know what I'm saying, for WF5. And I damn near almost threw a basketball at him, bro, just to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to work on my patience, King. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's crazy how the Most High work, because, like, I'm one of the youngest in our camp in WFI Seattle. We got a lot of, you know, everybody else, you know, besides one other brother, you know, everybody else is older than me. You know what I mean? So the Most High kind of brought a lot of elders, right, to WFI Seattle to teach me how to be, you know what I'm saying, calm and collective, you know what I'm saying, not fight. I can't, you know what I'm saying, can't be beating up Edomites all the time, man, you know what I'm saying, on the highways and hedges, right? I got to be out there to, you know what I'm saying, we out there to edify our people, right? And living out there in Seattle, you know, it is different. It's a mutual combat state. So, you know what I'm saying, if you agree to fight and things of that nature, if both parties agree to fight, you can just throw down, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing going to happen. But, you know, there's been some instances like I've been arrested, you know what I'm saying, while teaching, you know what I'm saying, in this truth. I want to say about a couple of years ago. All praise to the Most High, they dropped the charges, but, you know, they were going to charge me with a hate crime, right, which is, I want to say a Class C felony. You know, I look back at that situation, you know what I'm saying, like the Most High showed mercy on me. You know what I mean? I literally got into a wrestling match, you know what I'm saying, with one of the police officers. Like, I just don't, you know what I'm saying, that's something I'm working on, you know, and the Most High is definitely, that's why I feel like, you know, he has me here, right, to surround me around other brothers, you know what I'm saying, that can help me with that. And brothers have been helping me with that. Like, I've called Kabosh, you know what I'm saying, me and Kabosh have a lot of talks, you know what I'm saying, like, I've called him plenty of times and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, like, I did this yesterday, whoop, you know what I'm saying, he'd be like, bro, you got to chill out, God, real talk, you know what I'm saying, and so, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I'm going to get this real quick, man. Let me go to Judges 5 and 11 real quick, bro. Let me go to the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. All right, bear with me. All right, it's the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11, right? And it says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, right? So we looking to be delivered, right? Here in Babylon the Great, where you're going to have a lot of missiles is going to be coming down, man, right? There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, right? And that's the key point I want to talk about, right? That's something that I'm trying to focus on, right? This is a rehearsal, right? So when you rehearse something, right, you may get it wrong the first time, right? But you got to keep rehearsing that so that you can perfect that thing, right? So, the experiences that I've had, I haven't been locked up, in this truth sense. Not saying that it's a bad thing to get locked up in the truth, because, hey, a lot of us is going to be cast into prison. Don't get it twisted. But we have to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove at the end of the day. So we got to use the spirit of discernment to be able to discern certain situations and how to move and how to operate. Otherwise, you can be a hindrance, for the nation of Israel. So I just try to make sure that I'm rehearsing the righteous acts. So if I get it wrong the first time, I'm going to make sure that I get that thing right, if it come back the second time around, you feel me? And this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 17. Then I beheld all the work of Yahweh, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. Because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, Father, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. So at the end of the day, man, we're rehearsing the righteous acts for the simple fact that not every man that's living on here right now knows everything of the Most High God. So you're going to make some mistakes, But a righteous man will fall 7 times, but he going to get his jump back up. We know that, that the number 7 is a number of completion, right? So that's just something that I'm working on, man. You know what I mean? I've been very better with it, through the spirit of the Most High. But, I'm trying to get 10 times better, especially after just having this Passover, right? Going into this new season, man, right? I don't want to be the same man, right, or the same teacher that I was, last season, right? I don't want to be the same Zamron that I was yesterday, right? I got every single day I got to make myself better, King. And that's why we gather ourselves together, right, amongst us as a nation of Israel, man, so that we can lift each other up, man. So, yeah, it's my anger, bro, against these other nations, because I ain't going to lie, bro. I be wanting to, go straight to, Psalms 137, 7-9 and do that thing right now. I be wanting to go to Jeremiah 51, and 20 and, get it cracking, But, hey, it's a time and a place for everything, and the Lord's going to fight our battles, man. So, come on.
See, that was well said. Well said. All praises to the Most High. Let's see. So, if you can ask King Solomon anything, what would you ask him?
I would ask him. That's a good question. That's a good question. I would ask him what made him, fall victim, to those 300 concubines, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it about, these women of the other nations that when you had 700 Israelite wives, that caused you, to kind of start worshiping the gods and the idols, of them 300 concubines. When the scriptures clearly say, that, that we are not to, follow, worship other gods, or, have other idols before the Most High. That would be my question, man.
Yeah, that'd definitely be something that I would like to, know as well. So the last question I got for you, right? The last question I got for you, right? Because like I said, this is Passover season, right? So, the world, y'all think of it as Easter, right? So it's like a 2-question or 3-question altogether. So what is the difference between, because people don't know this, so what's the difference between Easter and Passover, right? So what's the difference between Easter and Passover? Which one is we supposed to celebrate, and what do Passover really mean? So it's kind of more of a, but you got it.
So first of all, Passover, right, is dealing with 2 matters, right? Remembering the fact that the Most High, right, covered us, right, and kept our children from being killed when he sent out that death angel, right, throughout Egypt, right, which is why he had us, back then, right, take the blood of that lamb and pour it over the doorpost so that the death angel would basically just go past, right, each and every one of those doors that had the blood on there, right, so that we can actually be delivered up out of Egypt. And now, you know what I'm saying, Christ, right, is now that lamb of the slaughter, right? Him dying on that cross, right, for us to be able to be adopted, right, back to the Most High as the children of Israel. So now he's that ultimate sacrifice, right? So we remember, right, we remember our forefathers. We inquire of the old age of our forefathers, but we also remember that Christ is that ultimate sacrifice. So that's what the Passover is about, right? That mercy that he has on us, the Most High, man, because you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Christ, you know, fulfilling his lot, man, we will all be dead, you know what I'm saying? We will all be straight up, you know what I'm saying, like food, you know what I'm saying, for these beasts, man. Let's just keep it real. And so the difference between Passover and Easter is that Easter, right, literally goes back to let me pull this up real quick. It literally goes back to a certain God, right, of these other nations, man. Right, if when you deal with the origins of Easter, right, which is why that they have like the whole damn Easter egg and the damn nasty bunny and things of that nature, man, right, which is not biblical, right? The word Easter, you know what I'm saying, is not even in the Bible, man. Easter actually began as a pagan festival celebrating spring in the Northern Hemisphere long before the advent of Christianity, right? Since prehistoric times, people have celebrated the equinoxes and the solstices as sacred times, right? As far as dealing with that, you know, that damn bunny and the Easter egg, man, right? It really just goes back to pagan roots, man, right? Nowhere in the Bible, right, in our history book does it say, right, to get your kids dressed up, you know what I'm saying, in damn pink, right, and white, you know what I'm saying, and put on Easter bunny ears, man, you know what I'm saying, and go out in the grass, bro, you know what I'm saying, looking for color, you know what I'm saying, hard-boiled eggs, bro, right? Talk about, look, mommy, you know what I'm saying, I got the winning egg. Like, the Most High is not dealing with that, bro. You feel me? And that's what our enemies do, man, right? They literally take, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know, they strip everything from us as far as our heritage and our nationality, bro, even our holy days and stuff like that, right? And then they try to turn them around, you know what I'm saying, to make it, you know what I'm saying, wicked, man, right? That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Daniel 7:25 talks about that, how they change the times and the seasons and everything, man. So, you know, Christ kept the Passover, you know what I'm saying, right? All of our ancient forefathers and foremothers, right, of Israelites, man, kept the Passover, man, right? They wasn't out there Easter egg hunting, man, right? Eating that nasty, you know what I'm saying, yellow marshmallow, you know what I'm saying, damn candy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most High's not dealing with that, bro. And so if you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, right, and you want to continue, I'm going to keep it 100. You want to continue, you know what I'm saying, to show up, you know what I'm saying, like brothers don't, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of people in Christianity talk about, yeah, you know, I believe in God, you know what I'm saying, I'm in Christianity, but they only go to church, you know what I'm saying, on Easter, right? You ain't seen, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like Deacon Johnson in years, but he showed up in Easter, bro, you know what I'm saying, with a new suit, man, right, and some gators, right? So, hey, all these man-made traditions, you know what I'm saying, that come from Esau, bro, right, we are not to follow. Jeremiah 10:2 says, you know what I'm saying, we're not supposed to follow the ways of the heathen, man, right? We have our own traditions. So, you know, Easter, Thanksgiving, right, Christmas, you know what I'm saying, all that's Halloween, right, which even that, you know what I'm saying, goes back, you know what I'm saying, into the ancient Celts and things of that nature, bro. It all goes back to wickedness and paganism, man. So he didn't create us, you know what I'm saying, to be pagan. He created us as Israelites, man, to be holy. So we got to separate ourselves, because that's what holy means. And we got to separate ourselves, you know what I'm saying, from the traditions of men here in this wicked Babylon the Great, man. So, hey, Easter is not Passover, bro. You know what I'm saying? I take Passover very, very seriously, man. Real talk, man. While y'all eating Easter eggs, bro, we eating bitter herbs. You feel me? So, hey, gird your loins up, bro. Real talk.
Hey, so hey, no Easter eggs, man.
Right.
You know, so man, oh man. So Israel, hope that you guys was entertained and educated. You know, hope that this interview was, you know, edifying through the spirit and power of the Most High. And before we go, we would like to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. All praises to the Most High, man. So it was a pleasure to have the brother Zerman on the show, man.
My man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just very, you know, excited to have you, man. And with that, Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.